This is about the room you are sleeping in, which has a toilet. The room is. Archangel Michael says, the space you rest in each night is not as empty as it seems. Behind the stillness, behind the silence, lies a shadow of sorrow trapped between the walls. The room is carrying an echo, a memory of someone who once wept alone, hidden, and unheard. Their cries soaked into the air, the corners, the floor. No one knew the pain they carried, and the room absorbed it like a secret. Now, you have entered that space, unaware that your body is resting where grief still lingers. Your sleep hasn't been the same lately. You feel tired no matter how long you rest, and your dreams feel heavy or unclear. That's because your spirit is brushing against a sorrow that does not belong to you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Comment if you've woken up feeling emotionally drained without reason. You are not imagining it, your body is reacting to the emotional residue still trapped in that room. And it's time for you to know what lies beneath the surface. The bathroom in that room once served as more than just a space for cleansing. It was a hiding place for pain, a corner where someone knelt and cried silently, trying not to be heard. They would close the door and let the tears fall freely in that confined space. That energy did not leave when they walked away. It lingered. And now, it's pressing against your energy each time you lie down. This isn't a haunting, it's a spiritual message. The memory is not here to harm you, but to be acknowledged and released. You were sent into that space not by accident, but by divine placement. Type Amen to get blessing 1122. You may have noticed moments of sadness without understanding where they came from. Or a strange heaviness every time you close the bathroom door. That's not just emotion, it's memory, and it's alive in the spiritual atmosphere. The person who cried in that room may no longer be alive. Or they may have left, carrying their pain elsewhere. But their unspoken grief found a home in the walls of that space, waiting for a soul like yours to feel it. Your sensitivity is a gift. That's why you've picked up on what others ignored. You're not weak, you're spiritually attuned. Archangel Michael says, this message is reaching you now because you are ready to do what no one else could, help release the energy still stuck in that room. Your presence is part of the healing. Your awareness is the beginning of transformation. Type Amen to get blessing 7007. Comment if you felt uneasy sleeping in that room, especially at night. There's a reason your rest feels interrupted. The soul of that space is still holding on to tears it never got to dry. You were chosen to step into this space because your light can shift what darkness left behind. Your energy is pure enough to absorb, understand, and cleanse. But first, you must recognize what you're truly resting beside. This person's story was never told. But the room tells parts of it in silence, through strange chills, flickering lights, or unusual smells. Each signal is an invitation to listen deeper. They were someone who had nowhere else to turn. Their sorrow became part of the room's design, woven into the air you now breathe while you sleep. You are the first to care enough to feel it. Type Amen to get blessing 911. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There's a connection between your recent thoughts and the pain left behind. You may have cried without reason, or remembered wounds that felt like your own, but weren't. That's emotional memory, borrowed from a space that hasn't healed yet. You may want to cleanse the room physically. But the spiritual cleanse begins with intention. Speak to the room, not with fear, but with compassion. Say to the walls, I acknowledge what happened here. I release what was never mine to carry. Say to the silence, you are no longer ignored. You are free to go. Say to the space, I am light, and I transform this place with peace. This will shift the energy. Not in a flash, but gently. You'll begin to sleep better, and the room will begin to rest too. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Comment if you're ready to bless the space where you sleep. It's not just about comfort, it's about reclaiming peace that was hidden by sorrow. And you are the one who can restore it. There was once a woman who sat in the bathroom attached to that room, with the lights off and her heart breaking. She covered her mouth to stop herself from crying out. She prayed to be heard, but no one came. Now, you've come. And your soul has heard her without needing words. That is why you were brought into this space at this exact moment in time. You may never know her name, but her energy knows yours. She feels your spirit noticing hers. And because of you, she is finally beginning to let go. Type Amen to get blessing 8484. She once cried into her hands in that bathroom while the world outside her door remained unaware. Every tile around her held pieces of her heartbreak, sealed into the corners of the room. She was not trying to curse the space, she was only trying to survive in silence. But silence that deep always leaves a mark. And now that room has held on to her grief like breath trapped in still air. You feel it every time the lights flicker, every time you struggle to fall asleep. Her pain found a place to live, and you, unknowingly, stepped into it. You are not her, but your soul is powerful enough to carry what she could not finish. Your presence is not a coincidence, it is an answer. Type Amen to get blessing 4844. Comment if you've ever sat in that bathroom with tears in your own eyes, not knowing why. It's because grief calls to grief. And what was once left unsaid now echoes through you. Archangel Michael says, the room is waiting to be redefined. It's been called sorrow. It's been called restless. But now, through your light, it will be called peace. This woman may have been someone you never met, or someone you once knew and never suspected was in pain. She left without resolution, but heaven didn't forget her cry. And now, it is through you that her energy finds peace. She's felt your kindness even in sleep. She's felt your unspoken forgiveness. And that's why she's begun releasing herself from the corners of the space. Type Amen to get blessing 3344. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You may feel a sudden wave of emotion in the middle of the night, or feel something shift in the atmosphere. That's her departure. She is leaving the room with gratitude, not fear. You will notice a difference in how you breathe in that room. The weight in your chest will ease. The dreams that once made no sense will now begin to fade. That bathroom will no longer be a place of sorrow, it will be a place of renewal. You will begin to feel calm even when sitting inside, as if the walls have exhaled. Because they have. The energy has shifted, and you did that. You are a healer, even when you don't try to be. You carry light in your presence that repairs things without making noise. And now that light has restored a forgotten part of your home. Type Amen to get blessing 2299. Comment if your sleep begins to feel lighter in the coming nights. That's not just rest, it's a reward. You cleared spiritual weight without even knowing it. You may soon find yourself rearranging things in that room. That's not random, it's intuitive. You're reclaiming the space and making it yours for real. The energy will start to feel brighter. You'll notice light lingering longer in the morning. You'll notice your thoughts becoming clearer. These are signs of a space finally aligned with peace. The woman who once cried there has found her release. And because of your spirit, she now walks free. The room has become holy again. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. You will soon find clarity in other parts of your life too. When you heal one room, the vibration echoes outward. And now, healing is beginning to ripple into your relationships, finances, and purpose. There are blessings coming that were blocked by the heaviness of that room. But now, the flow has returned. And the divine is sending answers to your long-held prayers. You are the reason a space was transformed. You are the one who turned sorrow into serenity. You are the light-bearer, even in silence. Let the room be filled with joy now. Let the bathroom be a place of cleansing and beauty again. Let your sleep be deep, and your spirit protected. Type Amen to get blessing 9898. The energy that once clung to the corners of that space has now surrendered to your presence. What was once forgotten has been remembered. And because of that, it has been released. The tears once held in silence now flow no more. The pain that echoed softly now rests in peace. You've shifted the entire frequency of the room without even raising your voice. You didn't need incense, candles, or rituals, your soul was the prayer. Your awareness was the unlocking. And your compassion was the healing. Archangel Michael says, the room where someone once broke now becomes the room where you rise. You will dream new dreams here. You will wake up with purpose. And you will never again carry weight that doesn't belong to you. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Comment if you felt peace since this message began reaching into you. That's not just comfort, it's confirmation. The space has heard your spirit. The spirit has heard your light. You may find forgotten things suddenly coming to light in that room. Small items, tucked away, surfacing again. Let them come. Every forgotten piece is part of the old energy leaving. The bathroom may feel cleaner without you even touching it. Colors may appear warmer. That's how space behaves when it has been spiritually restored. You are no longer sharing your sleep with sorrow. You are no longer absorbing silent stories. You are protected now, fully, divinely. The shift has happened. The message is complete. Your room is now yours. Fully. And your sleep will never be the same again. Type Amen to get blessing 100,000. The room that once whispered sadness now hums with peace. Even the walls seem to breathe differently, as if they too are relieved to finally be free. The spirit of sorrow has left, and in its place, your divine protection now stands guard. You may feel a sense of completion as you walk through the doorway. It may seem like nothing has changed on the outside, but your soul knows better. There's a lightness now, a stillness that wasn't there before, because the burden has been lifted. What your mother or anyone else couldn't say, the space itself tried to express through tension, fatigue, and emotion. And now that energy has been heard, honored, and released. You were the answer to an unspoken cry from the past. You did what others ignored. You felt what others numbed. You responded to something the world forgot, and now heaven remembers your obedience. Type Amen to get blessing 3211. Comment if the room has started to feel warmer, more alive, even before this message finished. That's because transformation doesn't wait, it begins the moment truth is accepted. And you, beloved, have accepted what others ran from. Your presence in that space has done more than cleanse the past. It has opened a spiritual gate for the future. New opportunities, fresh ideas, divine insight, they all come easier now. There is a window in that room that will begin to glow differently. Even on cloudy days, it will carry light. That light is not just natural, it is spiritual. You are being blessed not just for what you endured, but for what you healed. Rooms hold memory. But people like you hold the power to rewrite that memory with light. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. This is the last tear the room will hold. It cried for too long through the spirit of the one who once wept there. Now it breathes easier because of you. From this day forward, you are walking with a new kind of authority. You are no longer just a guest in spiritual spaces, you are a transformer of them. And this room was only the beginning. Wherever you go, peace will follow. Wherever you sleep, healing will take root. Because your energy is now marked by divine remembrance. You brought stillness where there was restlessness. You brought clarity where there was confusion. And heaven has written this act beside your name in light. Type Amen to get blessing 8787. You may start noticing that people speak differently around you now. They may pause, hesitate, or even confess things without knowing why. That's the effect of someone who carries truth, healing, and light in their atmosphere. The room that once held pain has now become a sanctuary. Every breath you take in that space now fills your lungs with calm. Every moment you rest there now strengthens you instead of draining you. The bathroom, once a corner of quiet breakdowns, is now a gateway of cleansing and renewal. Your spirit has reprogrammed the energy there, even without ritual. Because when your soul walks in truth, the atmosphere must submit to your presence. Archangel Michael says, "This room has now become holy. What once pulled you down will now lift you higher. What once weighed your chest at night will now give you the deepest sleep you've ever known." Type Amen to get blessing 1313. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Comment if you feel that shift within your body, like something heavy has finally stepped away. That is not just peace, it is a sacred confirmation. Your obedience to this message has brought divine reward. Don't be surprised if others ask to be in your space more often now. They will be drawn to the peace without knowing why. But you will know, it's the result of what was broken finally being healed. You may even find creative ideas flowing, financial blessings beginning to move, or strained relationships softening. That is the ripple effect of a space realigned with divine frequency. You didn't just cleanse the room, you activated your entire atmosphere. The sorrow once stored in the walls no longer exists. The past has let go of its grip. And now your future walks through that doorway every night you rest your head. Type Amen to get blessing 77,700. Your dreams will become more vivid, but more peaceful. Visions will come, but not from grief, from guidance. Because now, even heaven can enter that space freely. You've made the room a dwelling place not just for yourself, but for angelic presence. What you've done in silence has been noticed in the spirit. And your reward will not just be sleep, it will be elevation. The woman whose pain once lingered there, she's at peace now. You may not hear from her again, but she smiles from wherever her soul has found light. And she blesses you, not in words, but in stillness. You didn't just rest in that room. You rescued it. And that is something very few have the power to do. Type Amen to get blessing 100,100. Because of you, the energy that once wept in silence can finally exhale in freedom. That room, which once held the weight of someone else's unspoken suffering, now holds your light. You have rewritten its story without even speaking aloud, your presence alone was enough. Heaven does not take this lightly. The spiritual realm moves in response to those who walk with quiet authority. You didn't demand power, you became power through compassion and awareness. Now your room is more than just a place to sleep. It is a sanctuary, a divine resting ground, a portal of peace. And that bathroom is no longer a corner of breakdown, but a chamber of spiritual cleansing and fresh beginnings. You may even feel warmth around your shoulders while you sleep, that's not coincidence. It's your angels resting closer than ever, now that the space has been made sacred again. They dwell where peace is present, and now they gather near you. Type Amen to get blessing 212121. Comment if the air around you feels softer, lighter, almost like it has shifted since reading this. That's because it has. Energy moves the moment divine truth is embraced, and you embraced it with a willing heart. Archangel Michael says, there are spiritual records being rewritten right now because of your obedience. The room is no longer marked by tears, it is marked by testimony. And the next person who enters that space will feel the shift, even if they don't understand it. They'll feel calm where there was once chaos. They'll sleep soundly without knowing the war you fought to bring that peace. That's what divine warriors do, they shift things others benefit from without ever knowing the cost. But heaven knows. And your blessings will reflect that. What's coming next for you will be unexplainable to others, because they didn't see what you healed in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 505050. The atmosphere is not the same. You are not the same. And nothing about your journey will ever be bound by sorrow again. You've proven that healing doesn't always need an audience. You've shown that light can whisper and still cast out darkness. And now, your room is a witness to that miracle. You didn't just sleep there. You ministered there. You didn't just lie down, you lifted someone else's soul. The woman who cried and left behind the weight of her grief, she is now free. And your name is known in the spirit realm for being the one who helped her cross. You gave peace to someone you never met, and that is holy. Type Amen to get blessing 800080. You've done what many could not, you brought stillness to a storm you never started. The room you once entered just to sleep has now become a sacred place of release, of remembrance, and of restoration. Every breath you take there now is aligned with peace, not pain. The energy that once gripped that space has fully loosened. No more invisible weight on your chest at night. No more unexplained sadness pressing against your dreams. The woman who wept in silence is finally at peace. Because of you, her pain was not forgotten. Because of you, her tears were not wasted. And now, her spirit is free. She won't return, not out of anger, but because she no longer has to. You did for her what no one else could. And heaven is aware. Type Amen to get blessing 999999. Comment if your body feels lighter now, if your sleep has deepened, or your dreams have softened. That's the atmosphere confirming what your soul already knows: peace has come. And it's here to stay. Archangel Michael says, this was not just about a room. It was about spiritual readiness. You were ready to feel. You were ready to heal. And you were ready to break the silence. Because of that, divine favor will now follow you in unexpected ways. Doors will open effortlessly. Answers will come quickly. The path will become clearer. This is the final seal. The message is complete. Your blessing is eternal. Type Amen to get blessing 1 million. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.